It's kind of like a very difficult word, even for foreigners. Okay, so what aesthetics means kind of like theory or study of beauty. Okay, yeah. So it's a very like I said, it's a very difficult word. So can anybody just like translate it in my brain for me? Like aesthetic, what it means. The translation of this aesthetic, the theory of beauty or the study of beauty. Yeah, exactly. Okay, sounds difficult, right? Okay, sounds very academic. Sounds like you're doing kind of like research or kind of like you give a very difficult theory. Okay, so we don't use aesthetic. Okay, so it's cosmetic plastic surgery or just plastic surgery. Okay, yeah, that's it. So today I think we have to just like move on to talk about the other our final article, and it's a little bit difficult. If you have read it at home, it's going to be difficult. So I'm going to play the audio file. There's one person there actually from the book. There the book provides a audio track for us, okay, to read. Wait a moment, because I know that. Just wait. If you don't have this mobile computing, please just come and get, because I'm not sure if Lisa has it. Do you have it? Is it with it? Okay, yeah. Do you have it? Yes. Okay. Oh, you don't have it. Okay. Then. Okay. So if you don't have it, yeah, just go ahead. Thank you. So I'm going to play the audio file. Okay. So do you have it? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to play the audio file. So someone is going to read over. Okay. Read through this for you. And what you have to do is, because there are some words you don't know and you don't know how to read, just mark the stress. Remember the stress. Okay. So the stress is the stressed syllable means. You have to read that syllable higher, and you just mark it, okay? Because later you're going to read it, okay? Yeah. So right now I'm going to play the audio file and just listen to it, okay? Let's just go to it first. Wait a minute, should be here. Okay, good. Let's start, okay?
Chapter 12, Mobile Computing. Handheld devices such as smartphones and tablets allow us to remain constantly connected to the web via Wi-Fi or cellular service. And cloud computing means that we can securely access our most important files from anywhere. Mobile computing and the constant connectivity it provides exerts an ever-growing influence on our lives in a variety of interesting ways, both positive and negative. Since the advent of smartphones, a wide variety of apps perform a vast number of functions for mobile users. In addition to all the typical online activities of browsing, streaming, blogging, shopping, gaming, social networking, and the like, more innovative features have become mainstream. For instance, people can use their devices to navigate highways and city streets using GPS technology integrated into public and private transportation systems. They can also turn their smartphones into electronic wallets to pay for everyday transactions with cryptocurrencies. In addition, augmented reality hardware allows them to use their devices to digitally perceive objects in the real world, with highly practical applications in entertainment, education, and even business. Another trend has been the Internet of Things, IoT. Internet-enabled devices have made it possible to monitor the health of patients more effectively, operate home appliances remotely, find lost possessions or pets, and even learn about and interact with products in brick-and-mortar shops. Wearable technology paired to our smartphones has given us fitness trackers, smartwatches, smart jewelry, smart clothing, and even implantables. All of these inform us and connect us to an increasingly smart infrastructure. IoT has extended the reach of the internet from desktop to practically any physical object we desire. With increased connectivity comes a number of societal challenges. With so many people glued to their devices, Internet addiction can be a serious issue, especially for young people who are often more comfortable chatting online than interacting with people face to face. Many have been the victims of trolling, online harassment, or cyberbullying. Constant data monitoring also leads to privacy concerns. Whether we post a status update on social media or simply browse the web for a gift idea, our online behavior and real-world locations can be tracked, and companies mine the data to advertise their products to us, whether we like it or not. And if our devices are hacked, our personal information, including our passwords, can be stolen and used against us. For all netizens, security is a major issue. Identity theft is on the rise, and other digital threats continue to emerge. Viruses and other malware, such as adware, scareware, trojans, and worms, can infect our devices and cause major problems in our computers and even on public networks. These concerns have led some people to severely limit their screen time or even to unplug completely. Meanwhile, tech-savvy internet users know to defend their devices by installing mobile security apps such as antivirus software and by regularly backing up data and updating their operating systems. They learn to remain vigilant against suspicious email attachments and phishing scams. Also, their mobile devices often have significant security features already built in, such as fingerprint scanners or face recognition software. The internet and all of its technological wonders continue to evolve rapidly. As we struggle to integrate these new technologies into our lives, we must find new ways to adapt to and traverse the ever-changing digital landscape that is the internet. Whatever new developments arise, they are sure to keep us tapping away at our touchscreens for years to come.
Okay, so he reads rather fast, I know. And this is, we don't have to read that fast. Okay, I know it's kind of like difficult, right? Okay, so I know, this article, because this is the actually chapter 12, so it's going to be like much more difficult than the articles that we read before. Okay, so how about just let us I don't know, maybe just one person for the sentence, because a sentence is quite long in general in this article, so it's going to be very difficult. So maybe let's just begin. Okay, so Jean, could you read the first sentence? Okay.
Handheld devices such as smartphones and tablets
Allow
us to remain
constantly. Yeah.
connected to the web via Wi-Fi or
Cellular
cellular
service.
And cloud computing means that we can securely access our important files from anywhere.
Yeah, very good. Okay, next one. How, please?
Mobile computing and the constant connectivity provides exerts an ever-growing influence on our lives in a variety of interesting ways,
Yeah.
both positive and negative.
Okay, see, just like you can know that words are more difficult. So let's begin. Okay, so remember that mark the stress. Okay, because I know you don't have this kind of habit to mark the stress, but if you're listening to me and you know the stress because you're not reading or you're listening to other people, then just mark the stress, because next time if you have to read it by yourself, you will know how to pronounce the word. Okay, yeah. So let's move on. Handheld devices such as smartphones and tablets allow us, to remain constantly connected to the web. So handheld means you hold something that is you can hold in your hands. Okay, so that's handheld devices. So we have smartphone, we have tablets, and they make us able to keep constantly connected. So remain is keep. So we keep constantly connected to the web. Yeah. So everybody right now, you are, so constantly means all the time. all the time. So we are connected, okay, with the to the web all the time, and via means by using something, okay, so via using Wi-Fi or cellular service. So Wi-Fi, the word, okay, actually comes from, there's a very difficult, so Wi-Fi, the full name of Wi-Fi is wireless fidelity. Oh my gosh, okay, this is another, difficult word. Okay, so wireless, so you don't need any cable or cord, so that's wireless, right? Okay, and then fidelity actually means, okay, almost real. Or you can say loyal. Okay, I know that sounds like, it doesn't make sense. Let me just make more examples, okay? Yeah, for example, if you are loyal to if you are married, okay, and you don't cheat on your, partner, or anyway, so if you have a, partner, you don't cheat on, on him or her, and then you are loyal to your partner, okay, that is loyal. So it means that, it's like, you don't go to the wrong side of the road. You don't go to the wrong side of your life. Okay, and so it is almost real. Okay, so it means almost real to like I don't know. So I really don't know how to say that. So maybe fidelity to okay, how do I explain it? Anyway, so I think that it means the wireless one, even without a wire, we can use the the web service. You can still use the internet. So it feels like you almost have the real internet. Okay, so that's actually fidelity means, okay, almost real or loyal. Okay, yeah. So actually, this wireless fidelity was a company's name, in the beginning. So at first, it was a company's name because right now people just use it very a lot. So we just call it Wi-Fi. Okay, yeah. So actually, you have to know something about this history of Wi-Fi. Okay, so via Wi-Fi or cellular service. So anything with the cellular could be something very medical or scientific. Okay, so cell. What is a cell? Actually, yeah. So wait, let me use it because the code is not learned enough. So a cell, basically, a cell means we are. There are a lot of cells. Really lot of cells in our body, right? Because our body starts with a cell. It is going to disrupt into two cells, and then right? This is really like biology, right? So that is a cell. But which also means cell also means can also mean something very small, right? Because we cannot see our cells with our eyes, so it's very small. So cellular service, okay, is something that we cannot see, okay, but it's still there, right? Like the wireless, right? Oh, so we are connected to the internet. And we cannot see all the signals, okay, in the air, but it's still there, okay. So and then by and by, nowadays cellular service just means our something about our mobile phone, our cell phone, our this kind of like smartphones, okay. And at the beginning, the cell phone, we use this cell phone, okay. Either you can put it together, or actually you can just like separate them. I think that everybody can accept that. Okay, so basically I prefer we put it together. Okay, cell phone means, okay, this is like I said, cell means very small, right? Okay, so at the beginning, the invention of the cell phone. Have you ever seen cell phone in the past when it was invented? It was like this huge. but it's still you can bring it everywhere. So it's going to this is the reason. So they call it a mobile phone. So that is the reason why we have this mobile computing. So mobile or mobile, okay? Okay, American English would say it's mobile. I don't know how to say mobile. Okay, but the British English would definitely pronounce it as mobile. Okay, yeah, so as I. Okay, so a mobile phone means you can move it. Okay, so it is mobile. So mobile computing sounds like you can do some computing when you go everywhere. Okay, so that's the reason. Actually, at first we called it mobile phone. Okay, and then we turned to cell phone. And now because every cell phone seems to have intelligence, like they are very smart. So we just use smartphones, right? Okay, yeah. So basically, just know the history of our smartphones or cell phones right now. Okay, yeah. So let's go on. And cloud computing. Okay, cloud computing. So what exactly is computing? It's a very difficult word, I think. So it comes from the word compute. So what does compute mean? Anyone from the engineering department? Are you from the engineering department? Yes. Okay. So what is compute?
I don't know how to explain.
Yeah, and also we have computer, right? So we have computer. So a computer is a machine, is something that will do this, will compute. So what exactly compute? Anybody? Oh, and how do you have any idea? Are you from the Japanese department? So no, it's kind of like, or maybe this kind of mechanism behind computing. Okay, so basically, all the digital world, okay, they are made from, the binary numbers, right? 0 and 1. We know that, right? Even I am really, really poor at science. Okay, so 0 and 1, so we have a lot of different, combinations of, the 0 and 1. So basically, a computer is he does, or it, not the he. Okay, it does the thing that it computes. So what is compute? Which means the computer is going to do the math. Okay, yeah, so the computer just does the math. It will do the math. Okay, so do the math just means, compute. Okay, yeah, the computer is going to do the math for you. After, it runs a kind of like combinations and program, and you get a result. Okay, yeah, so that is, a computer is. Maybe just compute. Can someone just Google it in Chinese and Mandarin? What does compute mean? Yeah, okay, just do the math, right? Yeah, just do the math, exactly do the math. Okay, so it all comes from, the word compute. And we have a machine that can do the math for us very quickly, and it's a computer. Okay, and then, yeah, just like that. Okay, so the computing means, the process of doing the math, okay? And right now we use computing as, it taking care or handling, handling business or taking care, different, scenarios and situations. So basically you just do the business and we say you are doing this computing thing, okay? Yeah, good. So mobile computing, and we have cloud computing, okay? So cloud, everybody knows right now, cloud means, yeah, what is a cloud?
Far from us.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, it's a very useless, explanation. Far from us. Yeah, so cloud computing just means, yeah, I think it's far from us. So we do this computing that is, you mean far from us? Yeah, how to explain this?
We can use it, but we can't own it.
wow, we can use it, but we can't own it. Okay, yeah, kind of like that. Okay, so cloud computing means, distant. Okay, we can do something when we are not there. Okay, you can apply for some, you can buy concert tickets without going to the, Tiger Arena and buy it. Okay, so that is a cloud computing. You can actually through the cloud right there. Okay, it's just up in the sky, very far from us, very distant, and you can do everything. So that's cloud computing. Okay, yeah. So cloud computing means that we can securely access to our most important files from anywhere. And we have this for the cloud. You actually put this a very important word, access. So but basically a cloud, we're just like, if you're using iPhone, there's a cloud, right? Yeah, if you're using iPhone. And this really looks really bad. Like, I'm really bad at drawing. And there's a cloud. So in this place, I know it's nothing real. It's not a real cloud, but we store our files, our pictures, a lot of, I don't know. You actually put a lot of things in this file, and it's quite far from us, and we can have access. This is a kind of very, very important and useful word for you. Okay, so access. It could be the noun or a verb, and I will pronounce the same. Okay, access. So access means if right here it is used as access. We can access. So it's a verb right here. So if it's a verb, it means you are able to get. Okay, so we can just use it. We can securely be able to get our most important files. Okay, so that is access. But when it is a noun, okay, we usually say you have the method. It's kind of like a method. So, or a way. For example, if you're not a student in downtown university, then probably you don't have, we will say have, access to something. So you don't have access to the library, probably. Okay? Yeah, so you need to have access to something, means you need to have any kind of a method or have a way to do something or to something. Okay, so we use access to a lot, and also most of the time we use a noun after the to. Okay, yeah. So if I want to perhaps one day I'm curious about what's inside what's on Eden's smartphone, and I would when he's not here and his smartphone just left on the desk, and I will ask, okay, so anybody has any access to his smartphone? Okay, do you know the code? Do you know the password? Okay, yeah, something like that. So that's access. Okay, so it's actually very useful. Okay, so we can access every file, important files, anywhere. Mobile computing and the constant connectivity. Yeah, so connectivity you should know. Okay, so the constant means, like I said, the always, okay, the always ongoing connectivity or always existed connectivity. It provides, okay, so exert, okay, exert. So the stress is on the, okay, exerts means just we have to see the whole sentence. Exerts an ever-growing influence on our lives. So exerts just like have or has an ever-growing influence. We say I have an influence on somebody, and something exerts an influence on us. Okay, so exert right here just have or has. So what is ever-growing? So we use ever. We actually don't use ever very often. Like we only use it when we're practicing the past perfect, right? Okay, so something like, have you ever, done something? This is the title we use. And you can see, actually, it's also the very, I think it's very useful and practical. Ever something, okay, ever like, growing, and, or some people will say evergreen,